So I'm Forrest, and I'm with Literacy Bridge, and what we're working on is called the Talking Book device, which is this guy right here. This is our prototype device, and what it is it's a digital audio player and recorder for people in the third world who don't have access to formalized education, who don't have access to even electricity, or to running water, that kind of thing. We wanted to provide them with a tool that will really help alleviate their situation, and we do that through this player and recorder in a couple of different ways. One is that you can have certain lessons downloaded, and all content is produced locally by the government. So our pilot program in Ghana is starting in September and October, and we're working with the government and with Department of Education, Department of Agriculture to come up with content that's really pertinent for the people within these areas. We want to really strengthen those bonds so that the content is locally produced and we don't have a direct role in what impacts these people the most. The content, again, is locally produced. The device will be able to play back individual books. So, for example, this book, we're working with Kunle just as an example. Our first step is to put this book on the device, and what essentially it will do is it will read through the book. You can listen to it either via speaker or via headphones. You can listen to the book in its entirety. You can slow down the pace. You can speed up the pace. You can skip ahead by line or by page. You can actually drill down to each individual word. So if you come across a word that you don't understand, you can push our audio hyperlink button. That will take you to, basically it will take you to a definitions page. So if I don't understand a specific word, I hit the button, it will define the word for me, and then it will come back to exactly where I left off so you don't lose the flow of the book. And you can keep on following along, which is really important, especially for basic level learners. The backbone of our project is the content distribution network, and what we're doing is we're putting kiosks into different regions, into different communities, and those are basically libraries. So I can go and I can share the lesson that I have on my device and get a new set of lessons, or basically I can also share lessons one-on-one with friends. We have a USB port that's built into each of these devices. So again, I can share one-on-one with you if you have a device, or we can both go to our kiosk, which is our library, and we can download new content that way. We have, of course, the books will be available for people to review, but also we're working, and again this goes back to the Department of Agriculture, Department of Education, we're working with people specifically in those regions because literacy is a problem, but it takes a while for people to learn those skills. We also want to provide people with an immediate means to help their situations now by, say, we're working with a lot of subsistence level farmers. So perhaps there are tips and techniques that they can use to improve their situation now, and that's not a long-term solution, that's an immediate solution. So if the department, the Minister of Agriculture says you can take steps X, Y, and Z to get a 30% better crop yield, then people can do that now, and it doesn't take a long period of time to implement real change in their areas.